In the verdant hills of Abaraiba, where the mist kissed the earth and the river sang songs of old, there lived a boy named Okechukwu. He was born into the royal lineage of the Inachiokon, the paramount ruler of 3 villages, Amik, Amagudu and Agboji, that nestled in the heart of the land. His parents, King Chokudi and Queen Gozi, were beloved by their people for their wisdom and kindness, their reign characterized by peace and prosperity. But amidst the tranquility of their reign, a shadow lurked in the form of Okechukwu's uncle, Ikena. Jealousy and ambition burned within his heart, fueling a desire to claim the throne for himself. With deceit and treachery, Ikena orchestrated a coup against his own king, fueled by a thirst for power that knew no bounds. His plots and schemes were hidden beneath a mask of loyalty, making his betrayal all the more devastating. On the fateful night of betrayal, as the moon cast its silvery glow upon the land, Ikena's forces stormed the palace gates. Chaos ensued as loyal guards clashed with traitorous soldiers, but amidst the turmoil, young Okechukwu was whisked away to safety by a faithful servant named Nnamdi. The night was filled with the sounds of battle and the cries of the innocent, marking the beginning of a dark chapter for the kingdom. Through the cover of night, Nnamdi led Okechukwu into the wilderness, away from the clutches of Ikena's men. With each step, Okechukwu's heart weighed heavy with grief for his fallen parents and uncertainty for the future that lay ahead. The wilderness, vast and untamed, became their refuge, a place where they could hide and survive. Nnamdi, a man of great wisdom and experience, knew the land well and used his knowledge to keep them safe. For years, they wandered the untamed forest and winding paths of Abaraiba, seeking refuge in the shadows and avoiding the eyes of those who would do them harm. Nnamdi, his stalwart protector and surrogate father, taught Okechukwu the ways of survival and resilience, instilling in him the values of honor and justice that had defined his parents' legacy. They lived off the land, hunting and foraging, while Nnamdi recounted stories of the past, ensuring that Okechukwu never forgot who he was. As the years passed, whispers of the lost prince began to spread among the people of Abaraiba, like the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. Tales of a boy hidden away from the tyranny of his uncle gave hope to those who longed for the return of their rightful ruler. These stories, passed from one villager to another, kept the spirit of rebellion alive. People would gather in secret, sharing news and dreams of a day when the rightful heir would return. And so, on the dawn of his 21st year, Okechukwu made a solemn vow to himself and to the memory of his parents. It was time to reclaim his birthright, to restore honor to his family name, and to bring justice to the land that had been torn apart by greed and betrayal. The decision was not made lightly, for he knew the dangers that lay ahead. But the call of destiny was too strong to ignore. With Nnamdi by his side, his unwavering companion and guide, Okechukwu embarked on a journey back to the villages of his ancestors, his heart pulsing with determination and resolve. They moved with purpose, guided by the stars and the landmarks that Nnamdi knew so well. Each step brought them closer to their goal, each day a test of their resolve. As they traversed the rugged terrain of Abaraiba, they encountered trials and tribulations that tested their strength and courage. From treacherous cliffs to raging rivers, each obstacle only fueled Okechukwu's determination to see his quest through to the end. They faced wild beasts and the elements, their journey fraught with danger at every turn. Yet, through it all, Okechukwu's spirit remained unbroken. Finally, they arrived at the outskirts of the 3 villages, where memories of a childhood long lost flooded Okechukwu's mind. The sight of familiar landmarks and the scent of familiar herbs stirred something deep within him, igniting a fire that burned brighter with each passing moment. He recalled the days of his youth, playing in the field and learning from his parents. These memories gave him strength. But the villages were not as he remembered them. Under Ikena's oppressive rule, fear and despair had taken root, casting a shadow over the once thriving community. Determined to bring light to the darkness, Okechukwu pressed on, his gaze fixed on the horizon where his destiny awaited. The people, once vibrant and full of life, now moved with caution, their eyes downcast. Okechukwu could see the toll that his uncle's rule had taken. Upon his return, Okechukwu found himself thrust into a world rife with danger and deception, where allies were scarce and enemies lurked in every shadow. But he refused to be swayed by fear or doubt, his spirit unyielding in the face of adversity. He sought out those who were still loyal to his family, forming a small but determined band of rebels. Together, They plotted and planned, always one step ahead of Ikena's spies. In a climactic showdown that would decide the fate of the three villages, Okechukwu confronted Ikena in a battle of wills and strength, his heart heavy with the weight of his ancestors' legacy. The air was thick with tension as the two faced each other, surrounded by the people of Abariba who had come to witness the final confrontation. The battle was fierce, a test of not only physical strength but also of moral conviction. With the fate of Abariba hanging in the balance, Okechukwu and Ikena clashed in a fierce duel that echoed through the ages, their destinies entwined in a dance of fate and destiny. The sound of clashing swords and the cries of the onlookers filled the air. Each strike was a testament to their resolve, each parry a demonstration of their skill. It was a battle that would be remembered for generations. But in the end, it was not the strength of steel or the fury of battle that determined the outcome, but the strength of Okechukwu's spirit, the purity of his heart, and the righteousness of his cause. With a single, decisive blow, Okechukwu emerged victorious, casting aside the shadows of the past and ushering in a new era of hope and prosperity for the villages of Abariba. His victory was not just over Ikena, but over the darkness that had plagued the land. And so, amidst the jubilant cries of his people, Okechukwu ascended to the throne as the Inachiakon, the paramount ruler of the three villages, his coronation a symbol of triumph over adversity and the enduring power of the human spirit. The ceremony was grand, a celebration of the return of the rightful ruler. The people rejoiced, their hearts filled with hope for the future. With Nnamdi by his side, his loyal friend and trusted advisor, Okechukwu vowed to rule with wisdom and compassion, honoring the memory of his parents and fulfilling the ancient legacy of his noble lineage. He pledged to rebuild the villages, to restore the prosperity that had been lost, and to govern with fairness and justice. His rule would be a new chapter in the history of Abariba, one marked by peace and prosperity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the land of Abariba, a new chapter began, a chapter of peace, prosperity, and the enduring legacy of the Inachiakon, whose return marked the dawn of a new era for the people of his beloved homeland. The future was bright, and Okechukwu's reign promised to be one of greatness, a beacon of hope for all who called Abariba home.